You got us going live? All right, boys.
Right at 9:59, right on time.
Rocking and rolling again.
My wife would not know what that means.
This week we are joined by Athletic Director Mr. Scott Knapp.
Yeah, it's a privilege and an honor.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah.
And then we got freshman guard Danny Thomas, DT in the house. Ready to have you, buddy? All right, we're just going to get right to it from last night. Conference champs, first time in 6 years?
6 years, first outright since 2018, I think. So, yeah, they tied with Crawfordsville, I think, in 19. And then won it outright in 18. So,
tied with Crawfordsville.
Yeah. So then this year we got it outright. So pretty excited about that. Still have one more conference game. Would love to be undefeated in the conference in our last year in the Sagamore, and obviously carry that into the Hoosiers Legends. Obviously, carry that momentum over there. But great name, great logo. I don't know, great logo. Yeah. Whoever did that. But no, I mean, what a testament to these guys. Picked fourth in the league really by a lot of people, and thank you to Ricky's Pancake House. He picked fourth. Some people had us winning only 8 games all year. And that was our, I think, 12th win, right? And so it's a testament to these guys buying it in, and it's something
tangible. Did you
tangible.
tell him we picked 8 games?
I did.
didn't know he did that.
I actually told him 6.
Okay.
As motivation.
But it's something tangible for these guys, right? It's hard to play for me. I'm very demanding, and and so to have something where these guys can say, hey, like what coach is preaching, what he's demanding of us, actually, it came to fruition a little bit.
Yep.
And, so now that's one check mark, right?
One goal met.
One goal met, and so now we got to keep getting better. I told the guys, that can't be our Super Bowl. That can't be the end of it. And keep
win at Crawfordsville in February is
right.
our Super Bowl.
Right, and and just winning the conference in general. So just keep getting better. Today's thing is we want to make sure that there we go. We want to make sure that that we set a new ceiling today, right? And yesterday was our floor. So what kind of ceiling can we make today? And today's going to be a tough one too. We play Tech today. Be a totally different game for us.
Not a school that Tri-West has historically seen on the schedule.
First time.
Yep.
First time ever.
All right, I like it.
It'll be a different game. It'll be they're fast. They're this could be a game in the hundreds. So some of the old timers, this could be a little bit of a heart attack for them a little bit, but it'll be good. It'll be and it'll be good for us going into the sectional, going into the the last week of the season, really even playing teams that are probably more athletic than us.
I'm glad you picked that game up.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's kind of a slow week.
Right.
And it prepares, like Coach said, it prepares for the tournament with playing 3 games in a week.
That's right.
A Tuesday, Friday, Saturday format, which if we don't get the bye, that's what we'll see in the sectional.
And our sectional, you mentioned earlier before we were on, Frankfurt?
It's at Frankfurt, yeah.
Case Arena,
and it's a tough sectional.
Blue Chips, the movie? Let's go.
Yeah. I have not, so...
You said that last time.
Maybe that's what I'll do between. No, I'm going to go watch film after this.
It doesn't make any sense when you rewatch Blue Chips because it's all about under the table paying for recruits.
Oh, so now it's real.
And now it's just right away.
Right. Yeah. So now it's real. Yeah.
So go back and watch that.
Right.
It won't make any sense.
But really tough sectional. Garin Catholic is one of the top teams in the state, if not the top team in the state in 3A.
Okay.
Brebeuf is obviously and they're playing with different rules. But
that's what Danville says.
Yeah, Danville and Lebanon. Are both in it. I said that correctly, Lebanon.
There you go.
And so I'm coming along.
Lebanon,
which I still think is correct. But
it is in the Middle East.
It is. It's a country,
right? But it's also spelled the same, so I'm not sure how we say them differently. But no, and then you got Crawfordsville and Frankfurt. You never know with Frankfurt being at home, and these. What I'm trying to teach these guys is every game is dangerous. Every team has a game record, even so. If you don't take care of your business and do what you're supposed to do, every game can be a game. You saw that with Martinsville. It's you let them get comfortable early, and now you're in a battle. And credit to these guys, they made plays down the stretch and gritted out a win. But
don't sell yourself short. I know the record isn't great, but they were athletic.
And they've been playing better lately. They had a close game last night again. They've been playing better lately. But I was happy with that game because it showed that we can, when we don't play our best, we can grit out a win.
Yeah.
And
I enjoyed that game.
I did not. It's going to be a fun sectional. But like I said, we're focused on right now just getting better day by day.
Yep.
And playing our best basketball in a couple weeks. We can't let
Daniel's trying to figure out the
Dan
right time to
Dillon.
go in.
Just go for it. Just go for
Don't
it.
even
Just
matter.
go for it.
No, you're good. So you like Tri-West so far?
I like
First year here, right?
First year. It was pretty opening. People became really close, and they were good friends. And
Yeah,
opened it up for me and Amari for us to be.
that's fun.
So yeah.
And did you know Xavier coming in a little bit from
We
playing
knew
against him?
Xavier. Yeah,
Okay.
we all played with each other since we were like little, so
Okay.
we all knew each other.
I think, did you know Caden Tim from
I
Brownsburg?
knew Kaden.
Okay, his dad's one of my best buddies from the old days.
Yeah.
Heck of a ball player out of Brownsburg. He doesn't play anymore, though, does he?
He doesn't play anymore.
Soccer only?
Soccer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that it's going well for you.
Yes,
Freshman
sir.
year. I'll tell you what, your minutes keep creeping up as the season goes on varsity.
It's
You're not even seeing JV floor anymore, are you?
not anymore, but
That's pretty
I
cool.
like
That's hard
JV
work,
though.
man.
It helped a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It helped a lot to see like the floor better and be a better floor general and
Yep.
bring it up to varsity and do that too. So I like it.
Well, your offense has been good, but your defense has been
Oh my God.
amazing.
Yeah, I used to not play defense.
That changed
That
quick.
doesn't work with this one, does it?
Funny thing is, I was an offensive coordinator for 6 years, and all of a sudden, people are like, "Yeah, you guys' defense is really good." I'm like, I didn't even pay attention during that time of practice in college. So
That's what
But
I'd say.
one thing I'll say about DT, so this summer, or this fall, I guess it was, he had a 2-week span where he wasn't allowed to shoot. And so, I wanted to make him more of a playmaker and get guys involved and stuff like that. And I wasn't sure how he was going to take it. Yeah, who's this crazy guy that is telling me I can't shoot? And so, but he took it on to a really good degree, and I think that it really helped him just learn how to play the game in a different light, right?
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, in junior high, guys like him and Amari, and they can dominate a game offensively, right? Now you're coming up to the varsity level. You have to be able to play, not just with the ball but off the ball, and then make plays for others. And as a smaller dynamic guard, being able to make other guys better, being able to make other guys better, and he took on that role unbelievably well. And I think that 2 weeks really, I saw him really develop quite a bit in his playmaking ability. So a testament to him. There's going to be some other guys this summer this spring and summer they're going to get that. I call it the DT diet, so they're going to get that. So. But it was good. So
That's a pretty good freshman group.
Yeah, I think his defense makes our other guys play defense. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of sets the tone. He's that pesky gnat
Got that dog in him.
that everyone hates as an offensive player to have guarding him. And yeah, he's exciting to watch, and I think he makes the other 4 on the floor play equally as hard. So
All I hear from the scores table is the other coaches and the fans behind me. Get him off of him! Get him off of him! And I'm thinking,
well, he's
that's
hard
perfect.
to he's hard to officiate because like you can't call it the entire time,
No.
and he's and we talk about this all the time. Fortune favors the aggressor, right? And so like when you're aggressive defensively and the offensive guy looks terrified, like most of the time that they do, as an official, you're just not going to call it. Now if the offensive guy gets aggressive and goes at you,
Yeah.
it's a little bit different, but he terrifies the offensive guy. So it's like, as an official, I'm not going to call it because like you got to be a little bit aggressive. Like if you're dribbling towards the other basket, I'm not going to reward you for that.
Right.
And officials will tell me that. They're like, yeah, he's probably fouling him, but I can't call it all. A, I can't call it all the time. And B, he's not doing anything to like initiate like going by him and everything like that. And he does a really good job of knowing when to back off a little bit. He's getting better at recognizing that. So, but his constant pressure, like Scott said, like, he's an energy guy. He comes off the bench after 3 minutes, and it's like he changes games. I thought in Monrovia he changed the game. The play that he made at Monrovia where he stole the ball, threw it inbound, like saved the ball inbounds, ran into the bleachers.
Yeah.
Paris gets it, he steps in and hits a 3 was one of the most impressive plays I've seen from a high school kid.
And during that game, we needed that burst.
We did. We were flat, and he came out and just changed the
And
tone.
it just picks everyone else up,
Oh my God, yeah.
makes everyone else play.
The charge he took and then the body slam from Coach.
Loved it.
That was awesome.
I still have a
I don't know how
bruise.
you stayed on your feet.
Who, me?
No. You guys did the chest bump and you were all in him. I thought he was done.
I thought I was done. So
It
no.
was fun to watch though. That's the kind of stuff when you say old timers.
Yeah.
Old timers.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff we like to watch.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Guys taking charges.
Yeah.
Well, like last night,
Diving on the
Jack,
floor.
last night we're up 30. Jax Garver takes a charge. So I said, you take a charge, you get a shot. So I ran a play for him the next time down the
I love
floor. you take a charge, you earned that, right?
Yeah.
Especially at a 30-point game. He's diving on the floor in a 30-point game, like and that's who we're gonna be. I mean, and that's what we want our program to be. That the coach after the game even tells them, man, you guys, whether you guys are up 30 or up 3, you guys play the same way. And so, it kind of makes some people mad when you're pressing up 30 still, but he appreciated it from that degree that we just don't change who we are. So,
I like that.
but
Hey,
yeah.
stick with Jax on the football field too, because I tell you what, that last game,
That dude.
Sorgi to Garver,
Yeah.
that was a recipe.
Unreal.
I was watching.
That was a recipe.
That kid is so deceptive, man.
He is. He's fast.
I mean, he's fast. He's got
Runs
great
good
hands.
routes.
Awesome kid too. Never complains about anything. Shows up to practice, works his tail off, and he's the kid that like I put him on our scout team a lot of times because he'll wreck a practice, and I have to almost bring him back. Hey, Jax, we're trying to get through this here real quick. Like we got right. We got to get something in here, but no, he never complains about it. Like he doesn't get a ton of reps during the day, during practices, just because I need him on that scout team. And never complains, knows all the plays, so he's a Tri-West kid. He's what we wanted to be. Yep.
All right, AD Knapp.
Yeah.
We're in year what? 4, 5?
Year 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah.
What do we think so far? Before we get into that, I take that back. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the Super Bowl. Carson Steele, Peyton Hendershot, Center Grove, Tri-West.
Yeah.
Who's been the AD at both those schools?
I mean, there
There must be a common denominator.
Okay.
Right.
What do you think so far?
No, it's great. I mean, the community's awesome. They love their athletics. They love their kids, almost to a fault. But that's what makes this place great,
That's
right?
good, right?
It's awesome. Our kids are unbelievable. I've been an athletic director now for over 20 years at 5 different schools, and by far our Tri-West kids are the most personable, the most caring, the most outgoing, and they just make my job fun. And it's rewarding, especially knowing my kids are gonna be in their shoes someday, and walk the same hallways that their mom did. It makes it fun. So yeah, it's been a great 2+ years at Tri-West, and I look forward to the next 15.
I was giving you 20.
Oh, yeah. No,
we got the next generation.
No, but it starts.
We got the next generation behind the.
That's true.
Behind
Behind production team.
Production team. My girl Heidi's back there.
Yeah, no, but it's people like Daniel and Jax and Ryan Millers and those type kids that just make it fun, and Wes Ward. You go on and on. Kellen, it's.
Yeah, that's about it,
yeah,
right? Yeah, that's about it.
Right? No, but I mean, they're all great. They all come from great families. They all care about each other, and that's what makes this team great. Is in the 2+ years I've been at Tri-West, at least, this team cares about one another. They know their roles. They play extremely hard for each other. They're friends.
Leading scorers.
Yeah, they're friends. Outside the lines, it seems like they take care of each other. There's just been that level of discipline, and hey, we want to do something
different.
Big. We want to win a conference. We want to make a difference.
What do we want to be? Legendary.
A legend. Oh, be legendary. That's next year, sir. But we want to be
We
legendary.
already want to be legendary.
We want to be legendary in everything we do, and that's kind of the motto and mission moving forward. So
I love that you brought that. I mean, the be legendary. That was you. You brought that moniker to the school,
right,
as we get ready to enter a new phase with a new conference and whatnot.
But I want everything to be important. It's not you show up when you want. It's every day is an opportunity, and every day is something serious that we're striving for. And this team has wrapped their arms around that motto. So,
really
when you have that type of team, it's easy for people in the community and the students to rally around that.
I'll tell you what, that's one thing I've noticed, and maybe you could add a little commentary based on being here for 2.5 years now. The student section and the stands.
It's easy when you
football and basketball,
right when you and
softball,
it starts with the coaches and trickles down to the seniors and everyone else. But when you have teams that buy in and want to do things at a high level and do things the right way, people will rally around that and want to be a part of that. And that's what makes high school athletics pure and fun. You know what I'm saying? So
well, and I think too, it's a testament to Scott, right? Like that's he's. One thing I'll say, coming into high school coaching, like I wasn't sure, I'm honest, like it was a crapshoot. Coming from the college level, it was a crapshoot, and his vision when I sat down to interview, like lined up to what I thought it was going to be, and I didn't know how hands off he was going to be or how hands on he's going to be, but he has backed me in everything that I've wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because I have that hour drive from Fishers every day, so my mind's
geez.
wandering. So like I get to the office and I'm like, hey Scott, I had this idea this morning, and he was like, well, yeah, that's a good idea, maybe, and so we go back and
Maybe
forth.
wait a
and,
period before you bring
right. So it's been, but his ability to lead, not only the programs and stuff like that, but then give us the ability to lead our programs as well and back us with that has been. I couldn't ask for a better opportunity, for a better. He texted me last night, congratulations, and all I could think about was, this is a group effort. He gave me a chance to do something that, in a dark time of my life, when I was out of a job, I had no idea what was going to happen. Right? We got let go at IUPUI. I had no idea what was going to happen, and I sat down with him and. And he made me feel like it was home from the second that I sat down with him. So,
I've been around sports for, I'm an old man, so quite a long time.
I was going to say, yeah, probably like 50, 60 years,
yes.
right? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know that I've seen the commitment of an AD on the road, the February 14th Valentine's Day game, and be there.
And his wife be there with him, too. Like, that's the thing, is it's a family thing. And I think that trickles down to our families in general, right? Like, and one thing, that we talked about is with our families, be happy for somebody else's kid, right? Yeah. And when your AD and when his AD and his wife are at a game and at Crawfordsville High School, against a team, Crawford, they're struggling this year, and they're at that game, and to look up in the stands and see them up there, it sets a tone for the rest of them, right? For the rest of our families and stuff like that. They're like, hey, like, we're going to support you guys no matter where you guys, what you're doing. And I'll be honest with you, if we were 2-19, I still think they would have been there last night.
Yeah.
It's not just because we're having success; it's because they support us, support our programs, and
that's
great.
Decide if that speaks to your leadership as an athletic director or her commitment as a wife.
I think yes, it's definitely a team effort. Not only from a family standpoint, but when I'm around these kids every day, they become part of I feel like I'm their school dad almost. So it's like you love them just like you do your own kids. Because again, a lot of times I'm around them more than I am my own kids. So when they have success and big wins, I feel that, and when they have losses and struggle, you feel that too. And I come home sometimes in a bad mood because they may have had a bad day and lost a game, and it's like
Beth would never say that you came home in a bad mood.
Right. Well, she's sitting right over there, and you can ask her later. But you feel their wins and losses, and a lot of people don't always know that. But when you care about something, it's just how I'm wired.
Well, that relationship I can speak to a little bit that you've had with past players, ancillarily. So my son, his favorite NBA player is Trace Jackson Davis.
Okay.
Right? Trace Jackson played
Center
at Center
Grove.
Grove.
Yep.
So all that one year my son wanted, was it his birthday?
Yeah, his birthday, yeah.
Was Trace to sign jersey or call or whatever.
Right.
Sure enough, Scott reached out to him, had a video record. Ian, happy birthday.
Oh, that's so cool.
And
that's something he'll never forget.
That's that relationship, though, between the AD and the athlete.
Well, and
continues down the road.
And that's like our job, right? Like that's our job is to, when I tell these guys, when you come to us, like when you tell me your dream, what you want to do, that becomes my dream automatically. And I did that in the recruiting process when I was a college coach, and even more so now as a head coach. Daniel comes to me and says, hey, I want to play college basketball. Okay, that's my dream now. Now I got to hold you to that dream, right? Like I got to make sure that, because I'm hard on him. Like I push him to different degrees and stuff like that. But it's the same thing with him, right? My dream is to meet, Trace Jackson Davis, something like that. So now it becomes his dream to make it happen, right? And then that's I think that's the value of a leader, and so that speaks. That speaks to who he is, right? Making things happen, and that's something that your son will never forget. And that's transformational, not transactional, and that's what we're here for.
Yep. Right. Have you noticed that? A little bit different coming into a smaller town that seems to be everybody's family.
Yeah, I've noticed that people are more close, not diverse. They all love each other and as a whole group. And the basketball team was pretty open up to me and Amari and Xavier too as we came in. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
He might be one of the most popular kids in school. He really might be. Every time I'm walking through the hallways and stuff, it's like everybody's like around DT and Amari, and they have those personalities where they came in and and it's like,
don't forget Xavier. He's part of that mix too. You coming in new, it's tough.
Hard.
You never know what to expect.
Right.
And like I said, it just goes back to Tri-West and just making everyone feel like they're part of something great.
And one of the things that we really preach is no matter where you're from, you can be from Tri-West, you can be from Lisbon, you can be from Pittsburgh, you can be from Brownsburg, you can be from the Moon for all I care. Like once you're here, you're a Bruin. And everybody's really because I'm not from here either, right? Like I'm not from here, and so everybody's
Nobody at this table
I'm
is
not from here either.
right.
Sir.
No, yeah, nobody's from here, and so being able because we're Bruins, like
Our
it's
wives are
Right.
I didn't even know where Lisden was until until Scott called me, and so it's and I think that our school in general has really embraced that of when you're here, you're family,
Right.
and it's you can feel that.
How many sports do we have?
What, 21?
21 sports.
Yeah. So I don't know if you noticed outside, door 5, the main entry point,
Door 5.
leaving the gym lobby area, right by the concession stand. I put up some branding.
Oh, let's go.
You got the.
Tell you what, he's got branding all over that building now.
You got the.
He's got to update the conference championship one.
That's right. You got the Motion TW and the Bruin head, but I also put all the other logos they've had in the past, which is I respect history. I love the history of this place, and you'll notice that it says once a Bruin, always a Bruin, and that's what we're talking about. Is once you put on that uniform or once you step foot in that doorway, walk those halls, you're a Tri-West Bruin.
Yep.
And the phrase on the wall, "We are Tri-West." Those aren't just words. There's meaning. There's meaning behind that, and I hope everyone that comes in that building feels it.
Well, honestly, it's been fun to watch just visually the modernization of the school when you came on and adding all of those graphics and all of the look back to where we were before we were where we are now.
Right.
Pittsburgh Burrows.
Yeah.
What was it? Liston? I don't even know if there's
Blue Blazers.
the Blue Blazers.
Yeah.
Solid.
The
And
Burrows
Salem,
are sweet.
And then the North Salem Blue Devils.
Blue Devils.
So.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, you got to show respect to those three communities, those three schools, because that's what made Tri-West, right? So there was really nothing. There was nothing really in the school that displayed that. So I thought, why not have a little showcase or something to honor those three communities that made us who we are? So that was kind of the reasoning just behind that. It's just a little thank you, really.
Yeah, I like it.
And here next year, 1975 was when Tri-West opened its doors, and we're going to be celebrating 50 years. So we have a lot planned for next year with all the sports, celebrating our golden anniversary. So yeah,
A lot of gold to be worn on the side.
a lot of gold,
Sure.
a lot of gold.
Yeah. I might look like Elton John.
I kind of like it. We had a few student sections that looked like that.
Right. Well, speaking of the student section, the Bruin Den has been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what you guys are doing with the Tri-West Sports Network, I mean, it's.
Those kids have put in some work.
I tell you,
You see Landon Hoffman getting all the crazy shots.
That kid's all over. I love that kid.
I
I had no
Lane
idea who he was
Gibbs
at first. I turned to my assistants like, who's this guy in my huddle? Like I had no idea.
I had to tell him to relax. It's our guy, doing some PR.
I had to go back and make sure there was no audio
Yes,
Yeah.
please do that.
Yeah.
because I was like, oh god.
Yeah, but Lane Gibbs has been excellent.
Awesome.
Connor Ross,
Yeah.
another guy that's just really embraced this production and
Yep.
doing things at a high level.
I had another kid come
Coach
to me
Spears,
yesterday.
doing the
Spears is
play-by-play.
so good.
Oh, he's awesome. I had another kid come to me the other day and say, hey, how do I get involved in the broadcast and stuff? So it's really taken off. And, like we talked about when we first started this, is like that's what we wanted. We wanted kids in the school to be involved and broad, again, transformational stuff, right? And so that's good. So, and
I mean, that could
and
be a
credit to
career.
Scott for letting us do it, right? Because there's a lot that goes into it, having the table up there, making sure that there's space for it, making sure the right people are getting in. So
Cameras
I
in the
did make a
photos.
couple old timers mad. Sorry, Steve Highland, but
they had to
You know,
move them around.
Actually, they
he kind of holds up the scores table from the corner.
It looks good. He
Yeah,
looks
he
good
can
right
lean.
next to it.
He can lean on it now,
I
and
think he likes it.
it's probably a little bit more comfortable.
He likes it. You got Brian Dakin right there with him.
Oh yeah,
And
Brian.
then opposite side we have Coach Spence.
Yeah.
Might as well say
So you
reserve
got-
in those three spots. You know exactly what I'm talking
No,
about.
but here's the thing though. I love that people have their seat. Have their place they want to sit because again, that's what makes it
You know what? That
makes it
also means
special.
they're supporting. They're showing up. We
absolutely.
jokingly say it, but that means we know that
I love
they're there.
I love seeing those guys both at home and away games.
And they've been so supportive of us.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's not just one sport. I see Brian Dakin working the book at the girls basketball games. So
he's great.
I see.
Here's the thing: Scott Knapp can't do it by himself. I need people like you and Josh Gordon,
Yeah.
obviously Allison,
Definitely.
and all the people behind the scenes that make things happen. So you got to have that if you want to have a quality product, and that's what we strive for, to make it special and memorable for the athletes and for the students that come and watch our events.
Did you order the lights yet?
It's coming.
So what?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. we can't tell all of our secrets,
Right.
but
we slowly increase our
Okay, hold-
product.
All right.
Yeah.
We increase our product. on
I
the
get
big
excited.
board.
I get excited about new projects. So,
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah, we got to get into the gym early though and check the sound system too.
yeah. There's a lot of things I
We got
still
some
want to
work.
do. I mean, there's still like you said, there's still
Listen,
work to be done.
I
But
already blew one sound system on the football field.
I think we blew it a couple times.
Yeah, we did.
But hey, we like to have fun and do things.
Technically, the second one wasn't my fault though.
True.
Well, if I'm being honest, the first one wasn't my fault.
Right.
I had a request in the booth from administration to play "Oops, I Did It Again" by Britney Spears.
That was the song.
That was the song.
That was the song that
blew
did it?
The original.
And that makes total sense.
Yeah.
That makes total nothing said today makes more sense than
You
that.
see what you have to enjoy come football season now.
Yeah, DT playing
Yeah,
football
playing
next
football
year. How
next
about that?
Oh,
Let's
secret
go.
weapon coming out.
There
Yeah.
you go. I've seen some of the highlights. The sword you throwing it to. You're breaking ankles, man.
Hey,
Which one do you enjoy more,
as
football or
fast as You
basketball?
can run. He
I,
can get it
I
to
like
you.
basketball more.
Basketball more.
I still
Let's
love
keep it that
football.
way.
But I'll
Let's
tell
keep it
you
that way.
what, playing those multiple sports,
Yeah.
And I had to
coaches
get
that
used to
allow
that.
and support that. I think create a better product for their own team.
I had to get used to that because that bothered
Well,
me at
college.
first.
I'm going to tell you, Coach.
And it
DT playing football will make him better basketball.
will be the and I've embraced that now. I was very because obviously coming from college you didn't
Yeah.
have that, right? And
Oh,
so it was 24/7. We're in the gym, everything like that. Like how are these guys going to get better? And so, but now that I see the benefits of a guy like Dean playing tennis with his lateral quickness, of he's going to get better with it because he's going to get tougher and stronger, right?
Yeah.
Like and so just seeing like the benefits of multiple sports, but also understanding like these guys need to get away from me for a little while,
Yeah.
and like have a different voice and everything like that.
You only get to play competitive athletics for so long. in your
Right, exactly.
life.
And so
Do as much as you can.
I've actually turned a corner with that, and with the officials, I've turned a corner with that one too.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
You've done
tonight.
well.
I've done
I'm
well
gonna hold
over,
him to that
recently.
tonight.
So we were eating breakfast this morning. I actually got I get these reports, whether good or bad, and I got a exemplary report from last night based on our team. Their behavior and conduct. So I credit Coach Stein's leadership
What?
to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? We get people don't understand. Like
You get
every
graded,
school, starts the year with 100 points. Like
Okay.
they're perfect, an A+. So as the year progresses, based on what happens throughout the year, whether it's a player that gets gets
Technical
ejected,
foul, yeah.
and not necessarily a technical foul, but an ejection, or a fan gets ejected, a coach does something to cause our team to lose sportsmanship points.
Really?
Once you get below a certain threshold,
Gotta
we
go
have to take courses.
report to the IHSA.
Yeah, we have to take courses. And whether you think that's good or bad, at the end of the day, it is
Still hold you
it is
accountable.
education-based athletics, and we should be promoting good sportsmanship and doing
yeah.
things the right way and doing things at a high level because, again, that's
Do we
part
want
of.
to share what our score is?
We're at 104.
Oh,
We're at 104, which I'm very proud of, and our coaches should be proud of that as well. But again, that's
is
one
there
of
an
the.
award at the end of the season?
Yeah, you do get
You like a
Yeah,
band,
an
right?
award. Yeah, something like
I like
that. So
that.
yeah, it's great. Again, it's part of At the end of the day, they're still kids,
Yep.
and we're trying to teach them not only to do things at a high level on the court, but a high level in life, like teaching life skills. So officials are going to miss calls, coaches are going to make mistakes, players are going to miss a shot. It's all part of the human element of
Still
athletics.
getting
So
used to missing shots.
yeah.
No, they're very complimentary of our staff. Actually, Ryan Miller in general too.
Yeah, Ryan Miller got a shout out
yeah,
specifically.
Oh, on
and-
the report?
Yeah.
on the report for his, just his demeanor and how he took care of stuff, which shows, as a leader, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our leaders to be able to get that, that's great. So
I'll tell you
and
what,
counter out their coach
I
a little
helped
bit.
Coach Ryan grow.
Well, that's
And he's a
probably-
neighbor
that's
of
probably-
mine.
That's
probably
probably
it.
that's probably it.
I've
probably
only
it.
mentioned, I think, every single Bruin talk that we've done,
Yeah.
a player that I've coached.
Well, you could be
Hey.
the backbone as to why we are
Coach.
having
Right.
success.
Right.
Coaches in air quotes and
Yeah.
very loose terminology as it relates to my basketball.
No, but you talk about leadership, and you look at obviously your seniors first, Kellen and Wes, and they've been nothing but great leaders this year, and obviously Ryan Miller with his experience from last year, just really him and Wes coming in
True.
this year. I mean,
With
he's
varsity significant minutes.
he's been huge for us.
What's
you know,
Wes's wingspan? Is he my know?
Wes,
Got to be
I don't
he's
know.
a plus. I mean, I think he's probably 6'10", 6'11".
I was
So
gonna
he's
say, he's
a
approaching
plus.
7 foot
He's a
wingspan.
plus. One of the things that we did when I was in college recruiting was we took your weight, your height, and you had to be. So when I was at Cleveland State, we wouldn't recruit you if you didn't have a plus wingspan. You had at least 2 inches. I would say that he's probably at least 6'10". He'd be a plus. So he'd be recruitable. So
what a weapon on defense, man.
Oh, he's
Oh my
awesome. He's awesome, and he changes for everything that he doesn't score 19 points a game and stuff like that. But what he does to affect the defensive end,
he's worth 19 points.
Yeah.
A game,
well,
though.
because what it does is allows these guys to play defense the way they do.
you can be aggressive.
He
up
can be
top,
aggressive,
knowing
knowing
you
he's
have
behind you.
one.
Now we got to get better at rebounding and helping him out. That's my biggest thing right now that I was really frustrated with last night was Wes comes over to contest a shot and alter a shot, and the guards don't get there to rebound to help him out. So we're shoot around.
Not DT though.
Shoot around is going to take about 20 minutes of that today, so that's going to be a big one.
It reminds me of the old Bad Boys. So Detroit Pistons was my team growing up, and that's the way they play defense. Obviously, very rough, but they pushed their guards all the way up because they knew they had Mahorn and Lambeer and Sally back in the front court, ready to erase everything.
Well, he allows these guys to take teams out of their offense. I can't tell you how many times coaches come to me after the game like, we can never initiate our offense because you guys are pressuring us so much. I'm like, but it helps when you have Wes back there, and so we're trying to find ways too to keep him around the basket more. Early in the year, it was my fault. Like I just wanted to switch everything, and so he was out on the perimeter a little bit more, switching on guards. And now we're finding ways where these guys are communicating well to keep him lower, so that way we can keep him around the basket and continue to keep that over there. And so. And that's the development of me as a coach too. I had to get used to, I had to, because I had to make my adjustments, and these guys have been great with that. But Wes changes the game, man. And it's like, and I was saying earlier, one of the best things about this group is so we've had, I think it was 7 games with a different leading score, or we have seven different leading scorers this year in games.
Wow.
We've had, I think it was 9 games with 3 or more guys with 10 points or more. And I think it was 6 games with 4 guys with 10 or points or more.
Pretty cool.
And so it's like you never know who's going to hurt you, and that's hard to guard.
Who's leading the team in 3-point percentage?
DT is actually right now. Yeah.
Okay, I may have known the answer before
I
the
wouldn't have guessed
question.
that.
Yeah. So
DT.
him and Ryan
Taking smart shots.
him, and that's the thing. He takes the right ones. And so I mean, he's after last night, he's right at 40%, I think. And you have Ryan and
Kellen.
Ryan. Well, Kellen's I think at 35. Ryan's at like 38. But we have, I think, 4 guys, and Paris is up there at like 38. Wes, limited attempts, he's up there as well. But you have
some good looks, Wes.
right. You have like 5 guys that are above 35% in high school. That's hard to guard, And my philosophy is threes and layups. So our shot chart looks like the NBA, whether it's good or bad, but it's worked out for us. So, but my thing is just the balance and unselfishness of this group. It's like we're averaging almost 18 assists a game. And if you were to told if you do that as a high school team.
That's fun.
And it just, it's a testament to these guys. They don't care who gets the credit. And I think that's why we're successful. We don't have the guys necessarily that can go for 30 a night. We don't have Braylon Mullins. We don't have those guys, but we have 6, 7 guys that can hurt you in different ways every night. And then, even 8, 9, 10 that come off the bench. Eli Morgan can grab 5 rebounds in the game, and and Amari can come in and change the game defensively at times. Oh, he's an ox,
You can't move him.
Yeah, we need all you guys to look like that next year,
Right?
So
We're gonna put you on the Scott Morgan
Nutrition plan?
Yeah,
you're gonna move in with the Morgans. Yeah,
Just eat powder.
Hey, when you see all the cows on his property and Matt's property that all look like Arnold, it's natural, I promise.
Yeah.
So we got tonight. We got Arsenal Tech 7:30. Is that right?
Yeah, JV at 6,
JV
varsity at
6,
7:30.
We need a big group. Big crowd coming out.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game. It's a team. They have the ninth strongest strength of schedule in the state.
Really?
So they play a very, very tough schedule, and I didn't know that when we scheduled them. But they play a tough schedule.
I tried to tell him.
He tried to tell me. But I wanted this to be a good test for us. It'll be a different game. They play a wild style. They're going to come after the ball. They try to score in the hundreds. I try to score in the hundreds too.
Track shoes on,
right?
Man.
But if we take care of the ball, we play unselfish. If we're the tougher team, we're going to be right there.
Okay.
And it'll be good for us, like Scott said earlier, to play on a back-to-back because this is a sectional championship. That's the way we're treating it. We played Tuesday, we played Friday, play today, getting used to that, getting our legs back under us, having to mentally prepare.
It's a great plan.
And then also too, like just seeing, most games that we play in, down the stretch, we were going to be the more athletic team other than the last 2 games of the year with Brebeuf and Ritter. But, I wanted to see a team going into the Brebeuf and Ritter games that was more athletic than us and see how we handle that. Because we're not going to be the most athletic team in the state tournament every game.
So what are we looking at? 4 regular season games after tonight?
So after tonight, we have Speedway and North Montgomery next week, both on the road.
2 more weeks.
Yep. And then we're at home the week after that for Brebeuf and Ritter before section. So Ritter will be senior night for Wes and Kellen. Want a big crowd for both of those games for Brebeuf.
Which night is that?
That'll be
Let's be ready.
Thursday night. Thursday night.
Thursday?
It's a Thursday, right? Is it a Friday?
Friday.
Thursday, Friday, one of those days.
Red leather, yellow
yeah,
leather.
Yeah. So that would be the 28th, I believe.
Okay.
February 28th. So yeah, so no, we're excited. You know, like I said, we just got to keep getting better every day. You know, and I told these guys, you know, you've already done something that has been done. Like you're already, you know, left a legacy a little bit already. You know,
Yeah.
and so now it's like, you know, can we get better every day and get ready for that tournament run? And continue to do stuff that, you know, nobody thought we could do.
Yep.
You know, and it's, you know, I tell these guys all the time, we break in the huddle. It's all about us. You know, it's not about anybody else but us and us getting better every day. And if we do what we're supposed to do, we're going to be all right.
I love it. Well, DT, glad to have you today, bud. Appreciate you coming out. Good luck tonight.
How are the pancakes?
I like them.
10 out of 10. Always the Rickies.
It's not called the Ricky's Pancake House because they have really good omelets or anything, but they do have great
They
omelets.
also have good omelets.
I mean, that egg white omelet is something I look forward to every day. So.
Mr. Knapp,
Yeah,
appreciate you coming
absolutely, and appreciate you and this
Oh, yeah.
Tri-West Sports Network and getting this thing going. And you know, sky's the limit.
Yep.
You know,
ESPN, baby.
you get people to buy in, and you know they want to be part of something great and special. That's how it starts.
All right, we're coming after. I wonder if our production team is paying attention. If they know that
I don't know.
they're
Those
closing.
pancakes he's